Sup Shredders, my name is Logan aka Spiderhands and welcome to an SP Reacts where today we have ourselves a track from an act named Sonatude titled Holding On, and if we switch over to here, this is the disc 2 version. I think there are going to be several different types of this track. We're going to be listening to the second today. We're going to listen through it from start to finish and we're going to hear what we think. Let's go from the top. I like how it develops into those guitars there.
Still painted by the night, change blue. A blinding light with the sun and the moon. They pass you by.
It's so articulate.
Sticking on, but I wanna run and hide and shield my eyes. And then lie to myself that someday you'll be back.
That interesting major lift there was a little bit. I like that we're playing around with harmonies there.
I just keep missing you, hoping you are missing us too. 'Cause everything that I do keeps reminding me of you.
Great use of feedback.
To all the things you left behind, I'm holding in my tears to let you know that I'll be fine. I'm holding on to the dreams where I can still see your smile. The only way we can meet again, and I can still hold you tight. Memories
And then the vocals become a sub layer. You gotta appreciate the guitar line in the center there.
I'm crashing out, breaking down, losing my footings where I'm standing. Even if I dream the sleep, dreaming the days you could have stayed. Do I have to miss you less to move on? Even when I need to live for tomorrow, I guess it's the end of the road.
Oh, like the way that we flip between those majors and minors is absolutely succulent. At the end of this, I'm going to be giving this track an overall score on a range of criteria from like 1 to 10. But I feel on like the way that the harmonies, everything work, it's going to score quite highly. There's a sense of dimensionality to it as well.
Holding on to all the dreams where I can still be by your side. The only way we can meet again, and I can still hold you tight. I'm carrying on, trying to live a life without you by my side. I'm carrying deep in my heart every shadow piece of our broken dream. And if someday finally I can let you go to be with the light, I learned somehow by keeping the bleeding scars in me that I would survive. But before that, don't waste. Let me hold on to what's left behind. I'm holding in my tears to let you know that I'll be fine.
And those reverse takes at the end on the keys. This is a stellar track. I'm really impressed with it, and we're going to talk about it more in the conclusion. So welcome to the conclusion of my review of this track from an act named Sonatude titled Holding On, the disc 2 version. Now before we go into this, I want to sort of just point out that we've given this track an overall score of 8.2 out of 10, which is very, very high for me. There were a few 8 points, but there's like a 9 in there. And so we're going to get into why that was in a moment, but just I want to sort of just discuss what is the song about? And so for me, this track, from what I can tell from the lyrics and the lyric video, well done for putting a lyric video forward, by the way. We appreciate that. It's good to have that extra kind of like a little bit of verification there. I appreciate that we're making a track that is just so sort of like open about how they're sort of struggling to deal with the fact that they have lost this person and they're trying to do the best they can, trying to get on with life without this person in their life. They're struggling to sort of keep themselves going, but it's really talking about their feelings, the loss, the pain that they feel there. And I think that this is well communicated by the music, but I think there's more nuance to it than that, but that's effectively it. It's a story that I feel a lot of people will be able to relate to. But before that dawn wakes, let me hold on to what's left behind. So we're also kind of looking back on the memories that we had, maybe focusing on the positive memories we had, so that some of it feels like it was worth the pain or worth the journey, you know. It's an interesting tale to hear. It's great that it's authentic. And again, I think a lot of people will be able to sort of relate to a track like this and with the story, but it's also the fact that the vocals are quite well done. So I appreciate the vocal melodies and then the eventual harmonies that come in, the variations of intensity. There weren't super wild, crazy vocal tails and vibratos and stuff like that, but I don't think the song needed it. It was very sort of personable, easy to listen to, great tone and texture to the voice. I think it suited the moon. It communicated, I think, the expression that was required in order to make a track like this, a story like this, seem convincing. And so ultimately, I think the vocals, they were well done. The singing was good. One of the favorite things for me was the use of harmony within this. There were some really exquisite, elegant, and unexpected adjustments with the progressions within parts of a track where there usually is not that. It's part of why I scored it more highly than usual. I just feel like I've been spoiled. It's such a extravagant meal in regards to the way we flip between those major and minor sort of keys and those unexpected parallels and stuff like that. And even for the beginning, that's kind of instantiated that feeling of, oh, this is going to be a little bit more sort of like classy, a little bit more so maybe even academic than what we might usually have with track. I'm not saying it needs to be complicated to be good. It's more that when we did try to add these variations in there, it was done in a way where it was absolutely affecting but also effective. And I can understand why we chose those twists and turns in relation to the parts of the story that we were telling there. Things seemed well connected. It wasn't done for the sake of trying to be like, look at what I can do as a composer. It was meaningful. So I think the final thing with the melodies and especially the harmonies involved there, just the interesting use of scales, modes, and accidentals and chromatics, it's the actual instrumental performance itself and the parts that were used within it. I feel that the guitars, both the clean sort of arpeggiated or picked parts there, going into those power chord elements with the distortion a bit later on with some interesting guitar leads as well in those breaks. There's a lot to appreciate with the actual guitar playing there. The key playing was really elegant, and it was it suited the mood of the lyrics really well there. It expanded upon those existing triads really neatly, and there was those same twists and turns were communicated within those different sort of right handle and sort of bass left-handed parts there, with the bass sort of supporting it really neatly in that low end in a way which didn't sort of overstep the mark but was still important. I think also this is sort of like a comment, I suppose, on the production as well, as much as the actual arrangement, but those reverse takes almost seem like we're running back the clock to kind of think about things the way they used to be and stuff like that. So it was audibly something you could kind of imagine and relate to as a very effective. And then the drums. I wasn't initially sold on the tone of the drums earlier on, but as we went into it further, I kind of felt like they merged more neatly together, and I understood the decisions behind the textures and timbres of the percussion and the kit and everything like that. I feel like everything within this piece was really well connected. There was a lot of different twists and turns I mentioned earlier, and performatively as well as compositionally, it was incredibly strong. This is clearly a musician who knows what they're doing. I'm very thankful that they are putting tracks like this out. It's of a high caliber. I hope they continue to put out more, and I just don't think there's anything you can do to improve a track like this. I feel like it's fantastic. It's a great first impression, and thank you for watching my review of this track from an act named Sonatude titled Holding On, and hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please do go show them some love via their various social medias and YouTube page, and stay cool and stay safe, and please remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time, as need the help more than ever with all the crazy stuff going on in the world, and I will catch you in the next SP Reacts. Spiderhands out.